That Poland is relatively calm and peaceful doesn't mean that it is a very friendly nation. Is Poland a racist country or is Poland a conservative country? As a foreigner, if you come to a land where it is very difficult to get a house, hi everyone, and how are you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Raphael, and you know how we do it on this show. I feed you with the best information that's going to help you on your journey to Europe. On today's edition, we're going to be looking at something very sensitive, and I would say if you are a kind of a triggered person, I would say you should just leave this video right now, because this is going to be very sensitive, and it is not just going to be something that's going to help you on your journey to Europe, but it's going to help you on making a decision on if you are going to move on with the journey to Europe, taking that right now there is too much stress, at the embassy to get a Polish visa. So today we are going to be talking about house hunting in Poland, and we're going to be going behind the scene to show you what certain creators would not show you. Many people who put videos out there on house hunting and house tour in Poland, they will only show these beautiful houses, when they got there, what's up, how the houses looks like, and then how much it costs. But they don't tell you what they pass through just to get one house tour. And this is what we're going to be talking about in this video, and it's going to give you a proper insight of the country where you are coming to and how you are going to be treated on arrival. So we're not just going to be talking about this crisis as it's related to black people alone, but as foreigners alone. So if you have any nation watching this actually now, once you are a foreigner in Poland, this is going to also affect you. If you like videos like this, please feel free to like this video, share this video out to someone who is on this journey here or someone already in Poland, for proper understanding. And also, please feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more amazing content like this. So I know so many people have been anticipating this video because of the 200 euros giveaway challenge that I made about 7 days ago. So I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. So please stay tuned to the end of this video to find out who won this 200 euros. And yes, there was a winner this time, and we are going to celebrate the winner on our channel here. So housing is a very important phenomenon, wherever you find yourself, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Asia. Housing is very important, and if you are not able to get housing, like your stay anywhere is almost truncated, because that is the first sign of security. The first sign of acceptance that is being given to you is by giving you a house and giving you a place to stay. That is why housing is very important. And as a foreigner, if you come to a land where it's very difficult to get a house, sometimes it actually shows the sign of lack of acceptance. But in order for us to understand this video very well, I'm going to explain two concepts. And the first concept is going to be the concept of conservatism, and the next concept is going to be that of racism. And then after I explain this concept, then I'm going to answer the question, is Poland a conservative country or is Poland a racist country? First of all, what is conservatism? Conservatism can be said to be an ideology that seeks to preserve the social norm. Or someone can say an ideology that seeks to preserve the traditional way of doing things, an ideology that seeks to preserve the culture, that seeks to preserve, history or a track record of how things has been done for a long while. In order for you to understand conservatism and Poland as a whole, you must understand that Poland is a nation. When you talk about a nation, Poland is a true nation in every sense. Now, a nation can be said to be a group of people that shares the same border, that has the same language, a group of people that also have the same culture and probably have the same vision. And in every sense of it, Poland falls into a true nation. It's not a very big country, when you compare it to African countries or maybe other countries. Poland is a relatively very small nation, and then, they have almost the same culture and everybody speaks the same language, which is Polish. So there is always this possibility or this likelihood as a nation that is quite small, to preserve your heritage, to preserve what you stand for, your identity, your language, your culture. And also as a nation that has gone through, the possibility of being extinct. You understand, during the Second World War, of course, you should have heard about the story of what Hitler did to the Poles, and then so many other wars that the Poles have gone through just to keep their identity and maintain their culture. It is going to be, paramount that a sort of ideology is formed in your head that keeps you agitated, and then you garner a sort of conservative mindset to always preserve your culture, to always keep yourself, and to always keep your culture from being infiltrated by outsiders. On the other hand, what is racism? Now, racism can be said to be a pure hatred, for someone who is not of your so-called race. Of course, sometimes I wonder, like, when they talk about this race or that race, I'm like, but we are all of the human race. But of course, we are in the world, and we have been there have been actually this social construct of certain race, people from the African race, from the Asian race, from this race. So these races are there, and there is almost nothing we can do about them. So we are always going to be classified according to our races, okay? And this hatred for someone who is not of your race is what is called racism. Now, for the big question, is Poland a racist country or is Poland a conservative country? My answer will be no. Poland is not a racist country at all, but rather Poland is a conservative country, okay? A country that seeks to preserve its identity and culture by all means necessary. And if you do not understand what conservatism is, you can actually mistake it for racism, because when someone wants to protect his identity, often what happens is they kick out those who are not part of their culture. You understand? They don't actually kick you out because they hate you, but they kick you out because they want exclusivity of their culture to themselves. Now, how does all of this affect you as a foreigner in Europe, and how does it affect the housing market? Yes, just like that, most of the homes in Poland are not just owned by, by corporations, by big companies. Quite alright, we have a lot of places like that. But then if you want a comfortable place, in fact, as I have found out, if you want a comfortable place, because most of these corporations, they don't really care, about the size of the room. They just get a space and divide it into chunks, and they're trying to throw people in there at very high prices. But then if you want something that is good, something that looks fine, you understand, both in space and in comfortability, you might go looking for a private home, okay? And if you're looking for a private home, it means that you're going to have a direct Polish landlord. So it is at this point that you can be faced with conservatism, someone with a deep conservative mentality. I have seen people who have been looking for houses for over 3 months, for over 4 months, and they haven't seen a house. Now what happens is you pick up the phone, you see all these beautiful houses on OLX, on Autodome, or on Facebook Marketplace. You pick up your phone, you call the landlord, and once they find out that you speak English, they will tell you that the house is not available, or they will tell you outrightly, that they are not accepting you. So this becomes a problem. Just to land a place to live in becomes a serious problem, and this can affect you psychologically, mentally, because most people are not prepared for it. But they came to Poland, in that Poland is very open, they are very welcoming. Yes, they are, but still their conservative mindset still persists, and it is affecting the housing market in a very terrible way for every single foreigner. Now, I'm not just talking about it, like I said, for not just for the black person, but for every single foreigner. Whether you are English, whether you are German, as far as you are a foreigner, this also affects you in some way. So the truth about the housing market is that in Poland is that you are coming into a conservative housing market in Poland. You understand? So it is actually very difficult to get a home to live in Poland. I want people to understand this. If you are living in Poland, already, or if you are coming from Africa or from any other part of the world to Poland, know that you are coming to a strictly conservative place, and that you might be faced with challenges like this, okay? So this is just going to be the part 1 of this video, and in the part 2 of this video, I am going to be treating ways to overcome this conservative mentality and how to land a home very fast in less than 1 week of searching for a home. And also, I'm going to be looking at a secret contract that can make you lose your whole possession, as a foreigner, when you sign a house contract, if you do not pay attention to that detail in the part 2. So thank you guys for watching that video. So now let's go into the winner of the 200 euros. So actually, just like the last video that I made, in that video, I had 7 emojis that were qualified for this challenge. Generally, we had about 9 emojis, but then only 7 were qualified for this challenge. Now, so many people picked out all these emojis, but few others picked out 2 extra emojis. So if you participated in this challenge and you brought out the big brown heart emoji and the face emoji, I'm sorry to tell you that you were not able to qualify to go into the draws. But thank you so much for participating, and I'm assuring you that you will have another option or another chance to also take part in this challenge. So for the winner of this challenge, we had 2 people. Number 1 was Rami, and number 2 was Emmanuel Chukwuebuka. So these 2 people won this challenge. But of course, as you know, the challenge is just for 1 person. So what did I do? I actually did create a Python programming language as a programmer and put in a random, random function, to run a random code on just these 2 names. So I put them inside 2 digits, giving Rami number 1 and giving Emmanuel Chukwuebuka number 2. So while I ran my code, number 1 came out as the winner of this 200 euros challenge. So congratulations to Rami, and I'm going to see you right in my inbox. Thank you so much for participating in this challenge. Until I drop another challenge, until the part 2 of this video comes out, see you in my next video, and I love you all. Bye bye.